I replay Tetris.
God, yeah, you know those days where it's like what is going on? You know, it's one of those days. So
I'm bored. Hi, it's Tetris.
it's one of those days where it's like, damn, what is going on? But I also got rain today. I did get rain today. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's had a better day than I have. It's just a day. Actually, it's been 2 days. Yesterday was really weird too. Like, I got these weird phone calls yesterday, and I was like, what the hell is happening? And then this morning, I was supposed to get a phone call, but they called me like way earlier than they were supposed to. It's been a time. Yeah, so these past few days have been like really weird. And like, I think I feel better now. Just like processing everything. But yeah, earlier I was kind of freaking out because I was like, man, there's too much stuff happening. But now that I'm like, I think I'm okay now. I've been processing stuff. That makes it sound so serious. It's not that serious. It's just kind of like a little bit of a nuisance. It's a little annoying. You know, like annoying stuff happens. Like, vibing with the space theme. I like this theme actually. I bought it recently. I really like it. Like, I don't know. Like, I got an email today and I was like, you waited 2 months to tell me this? Why? Why? I think I'm taking it as a sign that I should be doing something. That's very cryptic, but it's kind of like, I'm gonna take it as a sign. We're gonna run with it. Ah! I've been playing a lot of Tetris too. I think that's helped me a lot too. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, today was also weird because of the rain too. Maybe that's also been affecting my mood. Cause it's been raining and people were like, oh, it's gonna storm today. Like, be careful, it's gonna storm. I was like, what? There's a storm coming? I don't watch the weather. I just wake up every day and like figure it out. Like, what? There's a storm? They're like, yeah, there's supposed to be like hail and stuff. I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm sorry? Need some amethyst? Ooh, is that the healing crystal? Tell me more about this amethyst, Basil. I'm always intrigued by crystals. I just never like dedicate myself enough to like appreciate them to the full extent, but I think they're fascinating. Yeah, it's just like kind of like a hassle, you know, because I hate change, so now I gotta change stuff and it's a hassle and it's annoying, but I'll be okay. It's a calming crystal, can help with mood. If you have any more crystal questions, I have a whole talk about them. Ooh, Basil's at the ready with the crystal stuff. I don't have any like specific questions right now, but like if you ever, what the hell is that? That's a bug. Hang on. There's this bug that's just kind of like hovering. I'm like, sir, are you lost? I think it's a little confused. Cause it's like not really flying. It's kind of like hovering, and I'm like, what are you doing here? I was gonna say, I don't have any specific questions, but if you have any fun facts about crystals you want to share, I would hear them. Like I said, I do think it's fascinating. All I hear about crystals from Yan is shungite, which I think it's like a meme. That doesn't count. But I do have a friend who's very into crystals as well. Although I don't really learn anything from her, she just kind of shows me her crystals. I think they're pretty. Dude, I feel like playing Tetris with this theme, it like unlocks something. Like I'm starting to see like some kind of pattern in how pieces fall. I don't even know how to explain it. None of this is gonna make any sense. I feel like I'm on to something. It's Peachy! The bug sounds like me just trying to get through the day. Where'd the bug go? The bug's gone. Just throw a crystal out there and I can give what it does. What is does topaz do anything? I mean, naming random crystals. You know, speaking of topaz, there used to be this cartoon, this troll cartoon, where all the trolls were named after crystals. So there was a yellow troll and her name was Topaz. And there were like these other trolls, I think they were like Ruby and Sapphire and stuff like that. So saying Topaz reminded me of that cartoon. It sounds fake, cause oh shit, my giant! It sounds fake, cause it wasn't like a mainstream cartoon, but I swear to God it existed. I know it existed because I have the DVD somewhere, so it must have existed. Ow. I was so ready to take a nap too after work to like enjoy the rain, eat some food, wind down, and then I got that email and I was like, bruh, what? The DVD is a paid actor. It's actually not real! You mean the Barbie DVDs aren't real either? Man, Barbie was ahead of her time. Those movies, lovely. Alright, this might be our last round of Tetris. I know I've only played 2, but I really just want to play Ace Attorney. I started stream a little early because I was like, I need a distraction. I need something to bring my vibes up. My good vibes. Good moods. Barbie DVDs aren't real, then why do I have them in my room? Then what do I have in my room? That sounds scary. Yeah, stream started early because I was like, I need good vibes. I need literally anything else. I need whatever the heck is happening in Ace Attorney to make me feel better. Which is saying something because I don't think I'm gonna feel better necessarily how most people want to feel better. Just give me the fictional angst. At least I have no work tomorrow, so that's cool. Oh god. Yo, I don't know where that bug went. It's gone. I don't know where it went. It didn't die. I don't think it died because I didn't do anything to it. Unless it just kind of like fell over. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Fictional angst is a great distraction, truly. Truly. Let me just bond over the angst that these characters are feeling rather than address my own angst. I don't really think I'm angsty though. I think I'm just anxious. That's really what it is. It's not angst, it's just anxiety. Oh yeah, give me the badges. Shit. I really do like that every theme has its own, like, music. Like, it's a very distinct soundtrack to each theme in Tetris. I was wondering where Basil went. I was like, huh, they've been gone for a long time. And then I look over and there's a paragraph about Topaz, and I'm like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. So I will give that a read once I wrap this up, because it's gonna finish soon. Ooh, that was not good, actually. I should not have done that. Please. Please? Okay. Oh, okay. That worked a lot better than I thought it would, actually. That actually did work a lot better than I thought it would. I don't know what the wings mean, but I dig it. Aw, yeah! We love the sound of badges. Hell yeah! Yes! I don't know what's happening now. Woohoo! Wow. Wow. Alright. I don't know what's wow. Haha! I don't know what that was. Haha! Good vibes, it is just your chat barking, losing their mind. Those are good vibes to me! Those are good vibes! Our breath's not real either. Oh, we can trust this Monster High? I didn't even grow up with Monster High. I love that description for Topaz. Bruh, say my vision is really bad too. I see, you have your card. I see. That makes a lot of sense. That was very inspirational. That actually made me feel so good. Just reading that alone made me feel so much better about everything. So thank you so much for sharing that. That genuinely, like, made me feel so much better. I don't even know why, but just reading it, I was like, damn, that's so beautiful. It's so inspiring. It's so comforting. I think that's one way to put it. It's just so comforting. Thank you for sharing. If I have a need for crystal knowledge, I will be sure to turn to you. That was so comforting and cozy. Thank you for that. Alright! Now I'm excited because this is... Okay, so... Fuck, okay, so wow! Okay, I think this is gonna be really long because... Okay, so you know how usually it's like investigation, trial, investigation, trial? Well, now it's investigation, trial, trial. So I'm wondering now if after this, it's investigation, and then trial. And then I don't know what's after that, so that's probably why it's so long. Order in the court! Alright, this is the second half of the same day of the trial, so... Yeah, so it's pretty exciting. February 23rd, 11:56 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Oh, Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Are trials always like this with you? Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there. Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. So, this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hola, partner! They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a youngin', at least. Officer Marshall! Thought I'd come take a look-see at what the trial's going, at how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They've got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. I can't believe this man talks like this. That hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have really been on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. Bulls are colorblind? I've actually heard of that! Didn't Mythbusters do a thing about that? Where they're like, can bulls see red, or like the bull in the china shop thing? Those are not related at all, but I just remember Mythbusters and I got excited. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. Sir? You don't say. Now don't that just beat off. I was wondering when someone would do the quack. I think it's cute because now I'm bored and now I quack. Huh? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler. Borb making every Borb sound. What? At the awards ceremony afternoon. Edgeworth seen it too, I reckon. What does that mean? What does that mean? And the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. Jack of all birds, I'm too powerful. So, Miss Star wasn't mistaken. Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you just gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. Ugh, I have a bad feeling about this. So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright? If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Woo-wee! Who does that in court? February 23rd, 12:32 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. Dude, I really thought about this earlier, and I was like, why the hell is Edgeworth involved in this? I'm so confused. Why is he involved in all of this? I'm like, Edgeworth? Why are you here? I'd like to resume? What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. What? Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue. Your lips are purple. You're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. Edgeworth, baby, are you okay? What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over. Your back is bent. It can't be. This can't happen. I think he needs a Snickers. I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. This man is not feeling cash money right now. Does Edgeworth ever feel cash money? That's so fucking funny. Well then, I believe it is time we continue on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable! That judge is blinking! He's like, huh? Same, bro. What happened? I don't know where you left off in the scene, but the witness was like, she did it. I swear she did it. It was premeditated because she had gloves on, and they were like surgical gloves. And then Phoenix was like, but if she planned it, why didn't she have a knife? Because the knife was in Edgeworth's car. So like, why didn't she have a knife? And then the witness lady was like, something about like, what the hell did she say? Something about like, okay, I'm gonna skip some details. First of all, the witness lady has a shoe, and the shoe is the witness's shoe, and it has blood from the victim and Lana on it. And so she was like, this is proof that she did it, blah, 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 blah. And then she shows a picture of the car, and his body, the victim's body is in the trunk, and the shoe is there. And then Phoenix is like, if she was there, why were there no bloody footprints? Because there's no bloody footprints anywhere. And it turns out Lana like knocked over, or apparently Lana supposedly knocked over a barrel of water, and it spilled all over the ground, and it washed away all the footprints. That's why there's no bloody footprints. And then in the photo of the dude in the trunk, in the muffler of the car, there's a piece of fabric that's stuck in there for some reason. And so this is where this case is leaving off now, is that we're investigating what the heck is in the muffler. Because the witness lady was also like, she kept talking about her muffler, and muffler is like a scarf, but it can also be a car part. And so that's how everything kind of like ties together. It's super confusing. I'm sorry I'm bad at explaining it, but those are like the top things that happened last time. Also a lot of lunches, because why not? It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. I don't know who the hell this is. Excuse me, knock knock? Who's there? Who the hell are you? What's with this guy? Who the fuck is that? Bro, I deadass don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. I don't know who this man is. I have never seen him in my entire life. I don't remember this man. What is with this music? What is this music? I like this music. A strange, stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. He gets spray tanned! What's up with his eyes? Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Emma, please. Who on earth is he? I'm scared. I'm kind of scared. Ah, it's you! What? I got scared. I was like, Sorry, I'm late, Aji. The roads were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, eh, Aji? How you been? Swim much these days? What, that scare you? Because I was like, why he's staring? And then he's like, ah! Ah, hello. No, I've been so busy. It's Aji. Judgy Wudgy. Judgy Wudgy Aji, yeah! Judgy Wudgy Aji. Aji. Aji Wudgy. Judgy Aji Wudgy. They're homies! He has a friend! Busy smizzy, Aji, my boy, you have to make time to relax! Yeah, I'm like... He's like... I'm like... There's so much going on in his design that you can see, like, the cross on his front, but he's also so bubbly, and I'm like... They're defo lovers! I'm like, they're homies! Him and the judge. Busy smizzy, Aji, my boy. You have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed. Aji seems to be his nickname for the judge? I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. You should be afraid, Phoenix. Amicable exes! Sorry, but who are you? Aha! So you're Wright, the attorney! I've heard good things about you, son! Thanks. Phoenix, you're so baby. So sorry about our little Worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? Worthy! Edgy Worthy. You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly! Little Worthy? Mr. Wright! You don't know the district chief of police? No, he doesn't, because Phoenix is dumb. Phoenix doesn't go outside. Mr. Wright, you don't know the district chief of police? Chief of police? He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Oh, I remember him now. That name sounds familiar. Name's Gant, Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. I remember him now. Why are you wheezing? We just started. So, to what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's Worthy here. Look at the poor fella. I don't know why I'm giving him this voice. Well, it's Worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. Bro, if you look at his eyes long enough, you can tell that they're shaking. His eyeballs are shaking. Just look at him. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Miss Star wasn't just seeing things. Goddamn, she shoved it in the muffler. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler. Look at his face! But to think that it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. I forgot he does that. He's so cute. I love him already. He's like tuggity tuggity tug. I love him. On Little Worthy's car, no less. What the hell's that? It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. The hell is that? What's this? Edgeworth is gonna be... Yeah, his back is probably all messed up. It's what you'd called a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Huh? Chief, what kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth? How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now, wait a minute, Worthy. I've no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Oh. Have a look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature, is there, Miles Edgeworth? That's not fair! On the day of the crime, I had your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. Damn, he got him! Got him! Damn! Damn. He's sassy. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. Damn. This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. Damn, son, it got him! This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. Gah. The court accepts this new evidence. But I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Just to be sure. I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not. Could you open it for me, I wonder? Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch and... If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point at people anymore. Come on, just hurry up and open it! Fucking... They're so dumb! I'm not doing this, by the way, it's doing it by itself. He was like, yeah, but if I do it, I can't point. He had to be in the military because he's so kind but knows when to stop joking. Well, he do be, what is it, chief of police, so I could see that for sure. These two with their fingers, they're so stupid. There's a small tag on this knife. It seems to say SL92. What does that mean? Well, I've heard something similar. DL6 of DL6 incident fame. But it's strange. Huh? What is? Not certain, but I get the feeling I've seen this somewhere before. Letters like this, or letters that looked a lot like this, somehow. How do I open it? God damn! like that? I'm the one who's scared! Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off. And this dark red stain. Blood? Was that in Lana's hand? Found at the crime scene wrapped in the defendant's muffler? Small tag attached? Oh shit. Wait, I think this is coming back to me. I think this is coming back to me somehow. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us? About the split between the prosecutors and the police, and this knife. Sure thing, not a problem, not even a little one, really? Who is this man? This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess! The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? Wait! Someone else died at the police department? Shit! Wait! The animation at the beginning, there were 2 stabbings. They were mirrored. Oh my god. It's not officially linked to this case here, so I can't talk much about it. What the fuck? There was a murder at the police department. A detective. That's hush information, Udgy. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. What the fuck is happening? Order! Anyway, we're at the department. We're all flustered, as you might assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? Every time he says Udgy, I lose a year of my life. I think we understand the police department's situation. Well, Mr. Wright? 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places? The chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. I don't know why I made him British for a second. The knife is special, but I can't say how here. Excuse me, special? Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else. Might that special thing be this little tag? Oh, sorry, Rhino, but I can't say that now. Not that. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? That's quite a mystery. And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something. A muffler. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between the knife and Goodman. This knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Rhino. Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine that knife while we can, Rhino. Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into place. There was a note in the car that I found that has the same letters as the thing, so that's what I'm gonna present. I should try presenting the piece of evidence that's had me stumped all this time. I love the way he twiddles his hair, it's so cute. So how are things down at the department? That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. Oh, my bad. something happened at the police department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes there, Wright, my boy. Sharp, hungry. So, something did happen. And why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? Damn, he got you again! No matter, I understand. You were busy with with Lana's case and all. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? I like this guy. A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? That's a fact! Surprising, isn't it, Aji? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto? I suppose I could help if you help me by giving me data on your case? Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. Fuck. Wait. Shit. Well, how was the detective killed? How was he killed? Now that's the interesting part. It was what we in the force call a stabbing with a knife. A knife? That's exactly the statement, Detective Goodman. That's the spirit we're cooking now. Did I make gremlin noises? Did I make gremlin noises? Was that me? What did I do? I literally just make noises. I don't even know what I did. What were the noises? I don't even know what I did. I would have to look back now. I don't even know what noises I made. What the hell did I say? I'm telling you, I just exist and I operate and then I forget what the hell I did 2 seconds later. I'll clip it. Okay. But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same. What do you mean? There were more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death. It seems like I'm going to have to process a bit harder. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? 5:15? But that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office. What? Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our place at the very same time. What are the chances? He's so happy about this. Coincidence? This is just my gut feeling. But I'd say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening. She's so cute. Chief Gant, please tell us more about the incident. It's not officially linked to this case here, so I can't talk about it much. How can you say there's no connection? How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can just say anything I please, righto? You understand? No, I really don't. You clipped it? Oh, thank God. I feel like you can send a link because it's a Twitch link? No, you can't. No, you can't. Send it in Discord. That's the best way, because I don't think you can send clips in whatever. And what is this? Twitch chat? Try to understand, righto. Righto! Well, if you can prove there's a connection, more power to you. Maybe there is something that ties two murders together. Whatever it is, I'd better find it and get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15. One at the prosecutor's office and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. And that knife! What was it doing there? That's so fucking suspicious. Better check this knife out. Alright, I'm gonna press this again and see if I can get more information out of him. Yeah, I was like, because sometimes I see it work, but I think it only works because we're mods, so it doesn't count. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Okay, can I ask more questions? Alright, where was he found? So tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. And the evidence room? The evidence room? You wouldn't know about the evidence room, would you, Righto? I do, actually. I can't say I've heard of it. Phoenix, you've literally been there before. I guess I should ask again once I learn a bit more about the evidence room. Phoenix, you've literally been there before. There's something stranger about this than the place where the body was found. Blah 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 blah. When did he die? So when did the murder at the police department occur? Now that's a sharp question, Righto. Very sharp. Well, my boy, you're gonna love this. All right, that didn't help me. All right.
Blah, 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 blah.
Damn it! I pushed the wrong button. Objection!
Basil, don't hit your head. No.
It literally is wild, and though I get it. At least they didn't have to transport the evidence long distance. Wait a second. Ah, at last, an honest-to-goodness objection. This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? Slap it lightly, tippity-tap it, a little love tap. Aha, an honest-to-goodness, what do you mean from Udgy? This is great! Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92. And this is important. Why? Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? I love how perpetually confused he is. 6 minus 7S 12-2. Your Honor, it's upside down. Oh! Upside. The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around and what do you get? Oh! Phoenix, you're so smart! Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9? That's the same thing that is written on the knife's tag. Genuine O, because I was like, oh shit, you're right, it's upside down. I knew they were related, but not in that regard. I just like didn't put the two together. Order. Well, Chief? Ah, well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Righto. I win? Aha. What game is this guy playing? This knife was evidence in the case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. So this knife was stolen? Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice. Good show, little worthy. It was a murder weapon as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder. and it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. Dude, the fact that Edgeworth is involved in this is so weird. I'm like, why are you here? Hard to think there isn't a connection there. What do I do now? I love how he's like, well, why didn't you ask? Like, well, shit. Well, what happened? What do I do now? I don't know what I do now. On the same day that the detective was killed and blah 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 blah. That's right, Udgy Wudgy. I'm at a loss for words. Wah 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 wah. How was he killed? Now that's the interesting part. I like how he's like, it's what we call a stabbing. I'm like, well, damn. Press a bit harder. The fucking court people. She's so cute. It's not officially linked to this case, so I can't talk much about it. How can you say there's no connection? How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can say just about anything I please, Righto. You understand. Try to understand, Righto. Well, if you can prove there's a connection, more power to you. Maybe there is something that ties two murders together. Whatever it is, I better find it and get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15, one at the prosecutor's office and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. That knife, what was it doing there? Did I check the knife out? Okay. Better check this knife out! Why is it broken? There's a small tag on the knife. It says SL92. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not sure, but it reminds me of a similar code. DL6? Maybe it's a number case. That's weird. What? I don't remember where, but I think I've seen something like this before. Something similar to what's written on this tag. It wasn't that long ago either. Maybe I should check the court record again. Do I present this again? There's something else here. Yeah, that's it. Alright. Do I present this? Okay, let me save. It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. I feel like that's a damn lie, but okay. Found at the scene of the crime? Nope, that wasn't it. I don't actually know. So I feel like this is something that I have to do. That it's not officially linked to it. No. Alright, that's not it. Shit, okay. What do I do? It's not officially linked to this case, so I can't much talk about it. That's a lie. No, damn it! I'm not gonna do this right. Getting sloppy. That knife, what was it doing there? Better check this knife out. Might have to do the new dialogue chunk? Maybe. It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. If I presented... I presented this. I presented that. I presented this. The knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. Stolen from the evidence room. If I present this? This is so weird. Yeah, that was an important clue, but like, not then. There's blood. It's my sister's, right? It appears so. Lana's right hand was bandaged when I saw her in jail. She must have cut herself at the time of the crime. Poor sis. Is this it? The shoe? I love that Basil's just walking around. Is it the shoe? No, it's not the shoe. Damn it! I don't actually know. I don't actually know. The knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. So this knife was stolen? Yes, on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice. Well, murder weapons. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder and was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. How do you think there isn't a connection there? I don't know, y'all. I don't actually know. Did I present this already? I don't even remember. Try the badger just for kicks? Why would I do the badger? I still want to know why there's a handprint on him. Do the badger where? Which statement do I do the badger? The first one? Wait, okay. So are we gonna watch the cutscene where they declare her guilty, or do y'all want me to close it out and then just go back like we didn't do anything? Chat's choice. Do you want me to skip? I want to see the cutscene. Alright. That's enough! This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. The defense has failed to give the court sufficient reason to doubt the prosecution's claim. This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, guilty. The accused will surrender to the court immediately, to be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. The court is adjourned. Damn. Is there more to it? I don't actually know. Okay. I think that's it. Ayy, continue. That wasn't as painful as I thought it'd be. Okay, so I saved it when we had a full bar. Yeah, fucking door slam. Damn, y'all got so many points. I didn't even realize you could donate that many points. I thought it capped it at 2,000. Alright, that was a lot less painful than what I thought it'd be. When I was a kid, I used to like do the thing where I would like quit before the cutscene played because I didn't want to see it because I thought it'd make me sad. It's capped at 2,000 per stream, but Sora just donated like 4,000. Yo, who is this old handsome man? Hi, Shima. Hi, Andres. This is Damon Gant. He's chief of police department. Look at my meow 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 Gant. Oh, overall, y'all can shoot. Oh, bro, I don't know how Twitch works. I don't know how Twitch works. I love him unironically. I think Q does too. I could be wrong though. Wait. Hey yo, 75%! Nice! Damn, 75%! Nice! Oh man, that means I gotta make a PowerPoint soon. I don't know what to do! It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. Not that. We're just gonna throw spaghetti. We're just gonna throw spaghetti at the wall at this point, cause I don't know what else to do. It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. I feel like that's a fucking lie. Nope. We're probably gonna do face claims. Thank you. I'm glad you like my quacks. Y'all have any ideas? Because if we don't have any ideas, I'm literally just gonna throw stuff at the wall until it sticks. Because I actually don't know. I literally don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I have no ideas. Andre, didn't you just join? I can't say, although I remember this case, so I don't know. Can we see the evidence again? So we have the dude's badge. We have the trophy given to Edgeworth. We have Lana's knife, or it's Edgeworth's knife, technically. We have Edgeworth's parking ticket. We have the badger. We have the autopsy report. We have this memo thing. We have Lana's cell phone. We have the floor plan to the garage. We have Lana doing whatever she's doing. The shoe, and then the knife. Would it be the trophy on last statement? Nah. Oh, no, sorry. Parking tickets as in the ticket they give you when you go into a parking lot so you can pay for it. Like that, not like tickets like the cops pulled you over, not like that. Yeah. I deadass don't know. We're just gonna keep presenting stuff. I don't know at this point. Maybe it is the first sentence. He's not like me at all, Mayo. Bro, I don't fucking know what this means. Nah. Okay, we're just gonna speed run through this because I don't know. The knife was stolen. The knife was stolen. The knife was stolen? I don't. No. Edgeworth is a good noodle. Alright, we're just gonna keep going. It's okay. We're just gonna keep going. So every time I hear it, I think it's gonna do the yay! Even though we're losing, because I'm so used to it, like, not doing, like, I'm so used to it being like, yay! I don't fucking know, dude. I literally don't actually know. Okay, we're just gonna do the, I still think it's the last sentence. Okay, so I did the knife. A good noodle that forges evidence. But a good noodle. He's a selective good noodle. I'm gonna scream if I actually find it by doing this. It doesn't sound right? What doesn't sound right? I deadass don't know what this means. So how's your day? How's everyone doing? As we speed run through this. I deadass don't know what I'm doing, so. A good noodle that just lies about evidence? He can be a good noodle. Dude, I've been describing Edgeworth as emotionally constipated to people because Ace said it, and it's so accurate. I really don't know what I'm doing. Edgeworth is the kind of guy that dislikes shell pasta? Why? Why would you say that? What makes you say that? You know, the end cutscene is actually, like, a lot less it's a lot less painful than I thought it'd be. Okay, I feel like the knife is the evidence. But, fuck it, I don't know, dude. This is my weak point. I didn't think this would be the weak point. We just started with this dude. I also dislike shell pasta. Why don't y'all like shell pasta? What's wrong with it? What's wrong with the shell pasta? Dude, I really... Is it gonna be the middle statements? Maybe the ID at the last slide? Maybe Goodman was involved there too? IDK. It feels weird in my mouth. Nah. Good try though. Move. I made like one pot lasagna shit, like one pot lasagna in an Instapot, and I used shell pasta instead of lasagna pasta because I was like, I just want pasta to taste like lasagna without actually the labor of lasagna. Dude, I don't know what I'm doing. I think Edgeworth wouldn't like it because it's not fancy and shit. He feels like a pasta snob. I'm like, what does Edgeworth even eat? I don't know. This is like, I can't believe this is my downfall. Is this part of the, this isn't even interesting. This isn't even interesting. But this is my downfall? I don't even know what I did. It is fancy because I feel fancy when I eat it. Not as bad as Phoenix, but still bad. Oh, I was probably shoot at Cookie. That's funny. Dude, it feels like the knife is a thing. Bro, what the fuck am I doing? You think Edgeworth is a worse cook than Phoenix? Really? I feel like Edgeworth is able to survive on his own, though. Like, I feel like he's self-sustaining. Oh, okay, oh, I misread it. Yeah. Okay, I misread it. Yes, Phoenix is probably worse. Dude, I don't know what's happening. I refuse to cave. Instead, I will just press everything, because that's what I do. Which one did I just do? I don't even know. Blah, 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 blah. Phoenix probably only knows how to make instant ramen. Not even like fancy instant ramen, like basic ass cup noodle or some shit. I actually really like it when I see Twitter art of them together though. I think it's so cute. They're so domestic and I love it. So cute. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't any shape of an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department. See? What a mess. The time of the crime. No. Fuck. Lunchables and college food? Lunchables, bro. Okay, I'm actually gonna cave, but this is gonna take too much time. Hang on. I don't actually- Wait, Mello! Mello! Are you here? Mello! What's the answer? Mello. If you don't tell me, I'm just gonna look it up. So either way. Your Honor, League of Legends. Mello! Where the fuck are we? What case are we in? Phoenix, right. Rise from the ashes. Element. Oh, okay, that's fine. What day are we in? Trial ladder. Trial ladder. Press Gant's fourth statement. Third on the switch. Press Gant's fifth statement. Sixth on the switch. What? Press Gant's fifth statement? Wait, what? What? Wait, what? Whoa. Okay. Hang on. What? Press Gant's third statement on the switch. 1, 2, 3. Wait, I guess I should read it because new people are in the chat. Let me skip it and then I'll read it again because there's new people in the chat. Wait, what do I pick? I guess it doesn't matter where I pick. Wait a fu- Hang on. I'm gonna quit. Hang on. We're redoing this. Okay. That's why. It's not presenting evidence. It's... Oh, no wonder I was stuck. Okay. Andres, this is for you. Okay. This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? That's a fact! Surprising, isn't it, Aji? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested them, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto. I suppose I could help, if you help me by giving me data on your case. Oh, good one. This kid's sharp! Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. Where the victim was found. So, tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found. But I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room? Wait a second, I have heard of that! The evidence room? Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? The knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. There's the connection between the two cases. I'm kind of mad that I didn't get that. I'm kind of sad! Yeah! I'm kind of sad! Because even the game... Because even the game was like, maybe I should come back to it once I learn more about the evidence room. And I was like, what does that even mean? Man. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. That was a really subtle one, okay? That was super subtle. Let's pretend I didn't just spend 10 minutes bumping it, like throwing spaghetti at the wall. There's the connection between the two cases. Sad Borb. I'm sad. I'm a little mad. I hate using guides in games, but I also don't want to waste anyone's time. Imagine if I went through all the phrases and just, like, presented everything. That would have taken forever. There's the connection between the two cases. You seem happy, Mr. Wright. Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. Did you not just say it was? Wait, what the fuck do I do now? Oh, wait, what do I present? Wait, what do I present? What? This one? Oh, you're right. Chief. The defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. Heh, you don't say. Well, out with it, Ryder. What's your connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. The connection is a place, mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number of the knife's evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. You two make a good pair. Took my men 2 days to figure that out, what you deduced right here. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet, and all. Can we get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. Who is this man? Don't talk about his hands like that! Someone was like, Edward got yaoi hands, and I'm like, why would you verbalize that? Why would you verbalizing something that we were all not trying to think about? What? Really? Who would have guessed? I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay? If you're gonna tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh, well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. Bro, what the fuck does any of this mean? What? Okay, how about the gender of the victim? You wanna know that? Okay, a hint. Let's see. First hint, the gender that's not female. Aha! He was a guy! What did I tell you? The boy's sharp! Stop goofing around, Mr. Wright. This is serious business. Sorry, Your Honor. Hey, tell that to the Chief of Police. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15, one at the prosecutor's office and one at the police station department. That can't be a coincidence. And that knife, what was it doing there? I'd better check this knife out. So it was a dude. Blah, blah, blah. I messed up. My bad. I messed it up. This is weird. I want to hug him so hard he explodes. If you're gonna tell us, why not tell us everything? Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh, well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Sure. Why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me their name, after all. We keep a tight lid on ID number, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is 58. The number is 5842-189. Goodman's ID, an investigator's ID card. Found at prosecutor's office crime scene. ID number 5842-189. Ha. 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 What? Whoa! That's quite long! And we have to remember these! It drives me nuts! 8, 2... I can't do it! I love him! You didn't even get the first number right! Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? Hell yeah, it does! The ID number on the victim... The ID number of the victim at the police department, 5842-189. What the fuck is going on in this case? Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. Meaning... What is going on? It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean? Bro, I don't know! You tell me! Well, let's see what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something? What does it tell you? Witness. What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. No, it's just, I got confused. And this is news? Huh? Just come out with it. Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do. The police department, the prosecutor's office, 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. What the fuck is happening? Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh ho! Is it yours? No, Your Honor. I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Righto! Personnel IDs are top secret! Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842-189. And this means what exactly? Judge, please! Huh? Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with 82. I've forgotten. You didn't even get the first number right! Again! The number the chief of police gave us was 5842-189. Wait a second, Wright. What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? What is going on? Oh my god, I don't know if I can play Among Us with y'all. First of all, I don't like Among Us because I hate being the imposter because it gives me anxiety. So I don't know about that. But if we play like a spin-off of Among Us where it's like, you know, the imposter and they just try to tag you or whatever, I could do that. The judge wants you to play as cosplay as Santa? That could be really cute. Oh ho ho! Sharp as attack, Righto! Sharp as attack! I want to play hide and seek. But wait! Detective Goodman is our victim! He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet, a Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department. In the evidence room, at the exact same time! What is happening? That's impossible! So what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time? And in a completely different location? Look at his beautiful face. Order, order, order! Chief, what does this mean? No. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? Damn, son, got him! The oversight, the grave error, Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. What? How? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our officer Meekins who brought you the news. Damn, Edgeworth! Officer Meekins?
Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Wait, aha! Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir.
You don't mean him? Quite a Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said that report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on top of the report. Gah! Why didn't your officer tell me?
Honestly, I'm not sure if the officer was capable of making the connection.
He did seem challenged. I'm ugly laughing at Edgeworth. Emma, you can't be mean to him. In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy. What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law?
Well, Mr. Wright.
Huh? Oh, well, it's, Rule 2, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. Damn, he got him! Y'all are so funny in chat. The connection was just proved by Righto over here. Good job, Righto, my boy! Huh? I was just doing my job. No. No! Ooh, that was ugly. Sorry, Eddie. What just happened? It seems we have come to the end of this trial. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumors? You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. Man, truly constipated. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth! Please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened, if it's the last thing I do. You'd better get results this time, really. You have my profound apologies, sir. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. Emma's like so fangirly over him. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned. Is it actually over? Oh, thank God it's over. Wow. So most of me being confused was because of that weird point in the game. That's why I was confused. Oh, there's more investigation. Okay. Alright, well that's why I was confused, because it wasn't an evidence thing. It was like a talkie thing. Thanks, Wikipedia! Wait, let me sip real quick. February 23rd, 250. Ooh, that VTuber! Perfect, because it's a silent pause. Thanks, Body. I love Body's voices. They're so funny. Body's actually gonna do a collab with me next week. So y'all get to meet Body. What is happening? Wait, I don't know what's happening. Hang on. Oh, you sent me a clip. Oh, wait. I want to watch this clip real quick. Sorry. I'm gonna be distracted real quick. I don't even remember making those noises. What? I don't even remember making those noises. Oh, it's quiet because the music cut out. Sorry. It's because the music cut out. And I'm watching a clip that Ace sent in the Discord. I didn't even realize I made those noises. I deadass didn't even realize I made those noises. Mr. Wright, so what's going on with the case anyway? Girl, I don't know. I'm a little confused. Same. Huh? Well, let's see. What is going on? The victim, Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room. What's this and the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Well, that's what we're going to find out. Or try to, at least. Bro, what's happening? Alright, let's do it. Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this. Nini, Mello! Nini! Thank you so much for joining! Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Huh? Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go! Science awaits us! Look at his car! Look at my boy's car! February 23rd, prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed. Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in their evidence room. No biggie. Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. That oil drum, was it empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister erasing evidence at the crime scene? Never! Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister. That's not it at all! It's just, we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away. What emote did you send, Basil? Because I see volleyball. Is it the single tier emote? He's pretentious and I can fix him. I love him so much. Your bones are resetting! I was gonna say something and I forgot. Oh, I was gonna say, I used to have a friend who would correct me every time I called, like, the ground the floor. Like, when you're outside, they would be like, we're outside, it's the ground. Or it would be inside, and it would be like, we're inside, it's the floor. So, smiling with single tear. Okay, that's what I thought. I can't see that emote for some reason on OBS, on my streaming thing. But, it's okay. I got you. I figured that's what it was. Heh heh heh. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright. Huh? What's that grin for? This situation calls for one thing, and that is luminal testing fluid. Girl, why do you have that? Luminal? Blood is sticky stuff, you know? You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Where did she get that, girl? Yeah, Emma. Girl, where did you get that? Where did you get that? Just give it a try. Me? Why do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. We're testing blood stains with this stuff, not drinking it. Here, look, I'll lend you these glasses. Huh? You had an extra pair of those things? What the fuck? To test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Just like this, see? Press the A button to spray it on. Okay, let's find us some blood stains. Why are you so excited about this? Hey! Nice. I can see your eyes shining behind those glasses. I feel like the text constraints of the chat prevent me from emoting as aggressively as I am off screen. If only y'all could see my faces too, because I make some ugly faces when I play this. So, is this a blood stain? Oh, she's like, it's so, Emma, you're shaking. It's just, this is my first time seeing real blood. Scientific investigation in action. Okay. Well, we definitely know this is a blood stain. Sometimes I be pointing at the screen on my end. I be doing some stuff too. But doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course. You mean it doesn't look like a footprint? What's odd about this, scientifically? The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood? I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe. It is pretty strange. If they fought here, there'd have to have been more blood than this. Shima's the killer! I don't even have a comeback to that. They just don't want us to know they can perform mitosis! Mitosis! I love when people make mitosis, meiosis references. They're so funny. Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna mark the floor plans when we find a blood stain, okay? See? I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah. And this stuff's pretty handy too. I saved up my allowance to buy that. Girl, why did you buy that? Why do you have this? Luminal testing fluid received from one very proud-looking Emma Sky. She's so cute. Luminal testing fluid solution used for scientific investigation finds blood traces. People can just buy that? We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case. Then let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah! It feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it? Guess I should give this a spray on anything suspicious. Ha! Oh, ha! I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Star! You only trust your own eyes, hmm? Not bad, you two. That was good as fuck! It's day old! This day old deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead-in doesn't really get... Sorry, it's just that kind of lead-in doesn't really get my mouth watering. Stale food! You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Star, but... No, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from the security room right there. But I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry? You lied on the witness stand! That's unforgivable! Oh god, the music's gone. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. The Chief Prosecutor Sky. I saw Chief Prosecutor Sky stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. I swear it on my honor as a detective, she stabbed Goodman. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? So, you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Star? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hard on the criminal, when they faced me, they coughed it up. Coughed it up? They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know, I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day, I drag the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect. And before long, they called me the Cough-Up Queen. What a terrible name. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches. And you were let go? Fired? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case. The SL9 incident. Oh, what's this? SL9? Wait, she doesn't mean... Huh? Huh? Eh? What do you think about this? The SL9 incident. It's written on that knife. And on that note. Goodman. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know. Really? That knife was evidence from that case, the murder weapon. It was due for transferal the very day Goodman was killed. As I suspected. SL9 isn't over. Not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? Getting chills! When are you gonna tell me more about the SL9 incident? Wait, it's saying the same thing, that's why I'm skipping. Wait, why can't she tell me about the SL9 incident? What else do I have to present her? Oh, fuck. What do I have to present her to talk about the SL9 incident? Can I use the luminol spray? Thanks. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Slide. There's no blood. No blood. Alright. Why can't I talk to her? I
had one of those up until 2 years ago.
Back when you were a cough up queen, right? We found this ID card here in the parking lot.
Well, there's no mistaking that. It's definitely Goodman's.
But it's the same ID as the man who was killed at the police department. Present the badger! That's impossible. I wish I could be so sure.
Did you take a look at this? You!
Yes?
You said you wanted some hot tea, right?
No, but thanks. She didn't even look at it.
You must have to brew the leaves a long time to get rich flavor like this. We pre-infuse the leaves with steam before brewing.
I knew it! So that's the secret to their aroma. Exquisite! The only thing I'm smelling here is wasted time. What do I do now? A body with Edward's knife stuck in it was found in Edward's car.
I think he owes me his gratitude.
Gratitude?
Why, if I hadn't witnessed the crime,
Mr. Edward would have been the suspect.
He's a little guy.
Dude, there's like a running joke about the badger in this series. That's why I love him so much. I wonder.
Still, it's strange. Why didn't our chief prosecutor have her own murder weapon ready?
Bruh. What do I do now?
February 23rd, Detention Center Visitors Room.
Looks like Miss Sky isn't questioning.
Hope the detectives aren't yelling at her. How did you kill him in 2 places at the same time? Can you imagine?
How's she supposed to answer that? Wait a second. Didn't Miss Gant say they'd arrested a suspect in the police department murder?
Let's come back later!
Oh man, we get to meet a new person? What the hell? She's probably yelling at the detective. She probably is.
February 23rd, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department.
Wow, everyone looks deadly serious here.
Well, there was a vicious murder of a detective down at the police department.
Yes, but the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot. Oh, makes my head hurt. Well, first things first, let's go check out the police department crime scene.
Yes, you sound dead set on investigating, but don't mess up or we could wind up dead.
I doubt anyone wants more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to help us much either.
February 23rd, Police Department entrance.
It's even busier here today than it was yesterday. The detectives are running around so fast they're blurring. I suppose it makes sense. A detective did get killed here after all. So, the evidence room, the scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got at the front desk, here it is. She's like a kid at an amusement park.
Ooh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look.
Girl, what? What the fuck is this?
February 23rd, Evidence Room Entrance Guard Station.
I love cacti like that. That's like round. I want that. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric.
According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room.
So beyond that door is the evidence room. The scene of the crime?
It sure seems that way.
Oh. What's wrong?
It's those cacti! They're so prickly, so imposing. It's hard to think straight.
If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where's the guard? I have a feeling I know who he is already. Can I go in? I can't go in? Oops. The evidence room is beyond that door.
Let's just walk in.
It won't open. You thought it opened? I think we need someone's permission to go in there first. It looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here.
There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. I bet we could use his computer to check on who went in and out of there.
Oops. Why is there a hat on the cactus?
Yikes, those sure are prickly. They must be the real deal.
I would think just one big one would be sufficient. These cacti are a lot like my sister, actually. How so?
Why is it cold? Why is the music sad?
Encased in a cold, rigid shell with spines pointing in every direction. Just like her. I'm not so sure I see the resemblance. It's more an attitude thing than a physical similarity. That was so depressing.
There's a security guard uniform hanging here.
Looks more like a costume than a uniform, really.
Leather jacket, leather pants, a leather... What was that called again? A punchy? A paunchy? A pinchy? Oh, I know! A poochie!
Maybe that wasn't it. It's a poncho, but I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being.
A poochie.
That sounds awful.
Is this Texas? His swinging door makes the place look like some kind of saloon.
But look, it's nailed shut. You can't get in that way.
Of course not. If you went in through here, the cactus would fall over. Ouch.
I'd say it's more of a yeah myself. What do I do now? Where the hell do I go now? The fuck? Where the hell do I go now? Why won't you talk to me about the SL case? This is where the cars leave this lot. The arrow on the ground makes it look more like an entrance.
What are you talking about? It's plainly an exit.
Well, maybe it's both. It's kind of a dual purpose.
Aha! The theory of relativity.
What?
I've gotta write this down. Ah, hey, Mr. Wright. Maybe you know. Was Mr. Relativity German, or was he British?
Mr. Relativity? Are you sure that was his name?
Look, a door! This must mean something.
I'm not sure that doors mean anything.
No, it won't open! A mysterious lock!
I fail to see what's mysterious about it.
Mr. Wright, you need to learn to enjoy life more.
Let's finish our investigation first, shall we?
Ah, a stepladder.
Ah,
a ladder.
That's a stepladder.
What's the difference? In scientific terms, please.
Scientific, huh?
Look at the basic nature of the thing, Mr. Wright.
This all seems so horribly familiar somehow.
Womp 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 womp. So this is the famous divider.
It sure helped us knock a hole in that testimony today. Come to think of it, this divider helped our case more than the actual witness.
The Great Divider! A chip off the old parking lot block!
It's just a wall, scientifically speaking.
Here, a phone! Let's see if it works.
Hey, don't touch stuff we don't need to be touching.
I can't hear anything! My ears! No, my ears! Maybe it's due to the barometric pressure.
What is she babbling about?
Hey, what did you just say?
See, you can hear just fine. The phone's broken. Bro, why can't I talk to her about the case? So this is the famous oil drum.
Well, no time like the present. I'll try to kick it over myself. Hi-ya!
That's okay. Don't cry. That Lana Sky must be one strong woman. Oh, she hurt her foot. B block is through there. That's where visitors park. What are your thoughts?
So, Miss Star climbed over this fence?
It seems so, yeah.
The fence is 9 feet high at least. Well, no time like the present. I think I'll give it a little try.
Girl, what? Oh, damn.
It's okay. Don't cry.
Maybe there's a lunch line on Olympics team?
That's about as red as a sports car can get.
Yep, it's pretty red, alright. The body was found in Edward's car trunk. And the lock on that trunk was broken too. So the question is, why did Miss Sky chose... So the question is, why did Miss Sky choose his car?
So what model car is it?
I think it was called a sedan or a coupe, something like that.
Those are car types, Mr. Wright, not models. You're a guy, aren't you, Mr. Wright? You're supposed to know these things.
Maybe it's about time I got my driver's license. I forgot, Phoenix can't drive.
This rope, is it?
Yep, they laid it on the outline of the victim's body.
So, wait. The victim must have blah 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 blah. Ma'am, please.
Oops. Why can't he drive?
I don't know, he's Phoenix. That's where he found that note. 221 SL9, the SL9 incident.
Oh, that was Phoenix, my bad.
A case that was due for transferal the day of the murder.
And the detective in charge of the case was the victim.
I wonder what kind of case the SL9 incident was.
It's kind of hard to guess just knowing the case number.
Okay, why don't you talk to the lady? She's right there. Talk to the lady. Talk to her. Literally, talk to her. Why won't you talk to her? Wap 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 wap.
Oh, I didn't go in here.
February 23rd, High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. Well, this place is as classy today as it was yesterday.
And I'm sure it'd still be just as classy tomorrow, Emma. Incidentally, Edward's not here.
I'm sure he's off doing something important investigations.
I hope that's what he's doing. I guess we'll have to come back. Alright, well...
So that's where Miss Star saw the incident from.
You can probably see quite a lot from up there. That probably means she wasn't lying when she said she saw Miss Sky stab him. Where's the security guard anyway?
Well, this is just something I heard, but apparently he went out to buy coffee for Miss Star.
That woman is a force to be reckoned with.
Why don't you want to talk to me about the case?
Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? And then it doesn't give me the option to talk to her about the SL9 incident. So I'm like, do I have to unlock it?
Did you present the note to her? Yeah, it's the note and the knife. If you do it together, then she'll just say the same thing. The blood juice. Yeah, I'll do that. That's a good direction to go in. I just want to mess around here for a little more. I want to see if she can get her to talk.
The blood juice.
I don't know why that's so funny. If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room.
But even I get flustered sometimes. So you went straight to the scene of the crime?
I rushed towards the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's why I took this photo, yes.
In other words, 5 minutes after the crime?
Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The whole of my testimony, as it were. The 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Star. You lying was the problem.
Listen, little girl. I've had my testimony disregarded before, and I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. That time? What? Oh, I unlocked it. That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Damn, I'm so smart. Hang on, I need water. We're so smart. Disposable? To who? 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handled. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. So they didn't solve it? On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? My Amazon device just started talking to me. I don't know what triggered that, but alright. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred. What? But the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence. Of a sort. Made up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with that case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen. Others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those? Myself and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be... Exactly. Detective Jake Marshall. Oops, I mean, Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined. And then, it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9? There was another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Wait, those lunches you sell. There is only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends, boyfriends that can help me investigate. Miss Star's old boyfriends? How many does she have anyway? Just when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be a connection! So, Rookie? What? It seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes. Then you should take this. That looks good as hell. Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Where's Mr. Marshall? Miss Star? Officer Marshall, is he your... are you his... Are you going out? Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago, when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. And he was nice to me too, back then. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. I see. Thank you.
Officer Jake Marshall. Damn. Wow, I can't believe that's what it took to unlock it. That was so arbitrary. February 23rd, Police Department entrance. This place is charged with frantic energy as always. Please! Huh? Wasn't that... One steak lunch, please! Oh, it's you. Detective Gumshoe! Now's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland. Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. Oh, I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. Now's no time for despair. We caught a criminal. Now we just need evidence. The criminal? You mean... You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal? On the same day that a detective was killed at the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested them, in fact. It's the biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need a steak lunch, pronto. Standing around here talking isn't gonna fill my belly. He gone. Wait, don't leave. If you want to know more, head on down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figured he's down there having a good cry. Later. He just want food. He ran off to the evidence room. Well, this investigation is off to a running start. He just want his food, man. This? No. Okay, let's go to the... What's it called? What did he say? The detention center? Is that where the detention center is? Yeah. February 23rd, detention center visitors room. Still, I do feel better about things. A little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Yeah, I guess they did. Best to not go too far down that road right now. Things will just get confusing. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Who wants to guess who it is? Who wants to guess who it is? Who wants to guess? Who wants to guess? Who wants to guess? Who wants to guess? Oh no. No, someone did not die. No. That's the sound of like a megaphone. What was that? Sir, that's what I'm saying! Me? A perpetrator? I'd say I was the perpetrator again, sir! That's what I'd say! Why is he so fucking tall? Hi! Greetings, sir! Wait, I know who you are. Why are you so fucking tall, though? Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Officer Meekins, so you're a guard here at the detention center? No, sir, I'm a little lost patrolman, like a little lost lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report? No, sir. How should I say this? Wait, he isn't. Is he? You, Officer Meekins, you didn't. Did you? Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir! What? Now, this is an unexpected turn of events. Sir,
You fill up the whole screen. You're so tall. Look at his badge. His badge matches his face. It matches. He's in the same pose. Sir, I'm a patrolman with General Affairs, sir! Sir! How? I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. Oh, he's so baby. I had some business that day, sir, and so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir. So normally there's a guard at the evidence room? That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. I feel like if you hit him, he would fold like a lawn chair. He's so soft. Now, the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. Marshall? Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. I love voicing this guy. It's so much fun. A suspicious person. Yow! What the heck is this guy doing? So what happened then? After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out. And when I came to, I was here in the detention center. How long were you out? Days? Might I ask, what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir. A bandage on his hand? Just like Miss Sky. What the fuck is happening? Yet another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office. First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. I don't mean to pry, but you were the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir! Kieran! Kieran, how are you? You have to label me as a perpetrator or victim, sir! Then label me victim! I would, but you happen to be in detention, and alive and well at that. Yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that. Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman? Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on total stranger side. So you didn't know him? Sir, I work in a tiny department devoid of light or other creature comforts. He said creature comforts. I don't know any detectives. So, if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. At least someone around here is more confused than I am. About your hand, did it happen during the course of the crime? Well, you see, sir, don't you think you should just confess? But sir, but there was nothing I could do. Nothing you could do? Sir, to tell the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. He just like me for real, for real. He's so baby. The next thing you knew, you were, huh? Then, when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir. All alone. I'm not gonna lie, if he blew that megaphone one more time. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? Then when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand, This dude reminds me of someone. He reminds me of a different character that talks like this, but I don't know who it is. I can't think of it right now. I'm gonna break it. I feel like his microphone is his comfort creature. Oh, the shock! Oh, the sorrow, sir! Can you imagine how I felt? The victim's body disappeared? That's some story. That's fucking weird as shit, but okay. I was like, what the fuck is that? Do you know anything about this? Officer Meekins, this is for you. Hey, I'm scared of knives, sir! It's okay, I just wanted you to take a look at it. That's it, sir! Last night, sir! That's the one! I was an apple, sir, in my dreams, sir, and I was being peeled. On second thought, you don't have to look at the knife. Aw, he's also reacting to the knife, but I guess he's been through a lot. Okay. I don't know what that means. But okay. Alright, well, that happened. This one? How does Phoenix have the mental fortitude to handle the people he deals with? He doesn't! That's the secret. He doesn't. Car station? What the fuck do I do now? Bro, I have to go talk to him some more. I don't want to talk to him anymore. What do I do? Where do I go? What do I do? Oh, blood juice. You're right. I forgot. Sorry. How the fuck do I go back? This one? The blood juice. Blood juice. Examine? No. It's, this. No! There we go. Nothing! That was a good try, though. This one? What do I present to him? Do you think you could take a look at this? Hey! That's it, sir! That's it! That's what? My head was a blank until this very moment! But sir, now I remember! Sir! Show him the badger! You mean you remember what happened? Correct! That card was the cause of it all! This ID card? Exactly, sir! That's exactly it! Nothing could be more exact, sir! Nothing! I'd better pry into this a little bit deeper. Officer Meekins, can you take a look at this? I'm sorry, sir. Really sorry, but I have no idea what that is. Maybe you should ask Mr. Edgeworth, sir! He's passing the buck, Mr. Wright. It takes a special kind of man to pass the buck to Edgeworth. No one cares about the badger, apparently. Can you tell me what it is that you do remember? Well, sir, you might say I'm a little lost patrolman, a lost little limb, if you will. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. And that's why you thought he looked suspicious? Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card. I also care about the badger. Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir! That's what I've been trying to tell you! So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing! Suddenly, he pointed a knife at me! What? Sir, I assure you, I was as flustered as you are right now. So I whooped and leapt at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him? Do unto others before they do unto you! My own father's words, sir! Fluster is not the word I would use. It's not the word I would use either.
What happened then?
Well, my eyes, sir. Everything went white. When I awoke, I was here. Right. So, Officer Meekins, why was it that they arrested you?
What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman, and the victim who he met at the scene of the crime didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died.
That's it, sir! That's what I wanted to say! That is, I did say something along those lines.
Huh? But you still ended up here?
They told me that it had to be him, sir. On that day, at that time. Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said.
But you don't remember the events clearly?
No, but the videotape is quite clear.
Huh? Videotape?
From the security camera. The crime! My crime! The crime I swore to stamp out! It's there! It's me! On the tape!
And you waited until now to tell this? To tell us this?
I'm sorry! Really sorry, sir! I'll hand over my badge! I don't deserve it!
No, thanks. I have my own. Well, guess you better go check out the crime scene. Damn. It took us all that just to get here. Took us all that just to get here. Meekins needs like a spa day. He's too stressed. Meekins is me on the inside. Meekins is me on my worst days. February 23rd, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. Hey, Mr. Wright, look who's standing at the Chief of Detectives desk. It's Police Chief Gant. And you're sure this is all, You know what it means if there's anything missing. Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked all of his drawers, lockers, garbage cans, bags, coat pockets, hats. Under his seat cushion, behind his computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine. I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away, deal? Yes, sir. Oh, well, scour the place again, sir. Trying to look cute. Ave, how you doing, Ave? You're just in time for the investigation. We don't know what's going on. No one knows what's going on. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for dropping by the stream. Whoop, whoop. The Chief of Detectives looks a little flustered. Ah, right, oh my boy. How you been? Swim much? Ho, Chief Grant reporting for duty, sir. Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? Whoa, Phoenix, what the fuck are you doing? You don't work for him. Is Edgewood going to be okay? Oh, where are they? Oh, you know, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him. Why does he ask everyone if they swim? Icebreaker. Sounds like an inquisition. Yep, well, they've had no end of trouble with my boy since my boy. Hey, JP, how are you? Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. Welcome back. We are in investigation mode. Yep, well, they had no end of trouble with my boy. The boy since last year. You mean the incident on Gourd Lake? It doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit in the defendant's seat, does it? And you got someone else found guilty in that case, right, Righto? Damn. Oh, I forgot what he looked. Oh, I hate his face. A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court, you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence. Oh, wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of turmoil, you might say. Why, they do just about anything to restore their reputation.
Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy. What? It's downright odd, I tell you. The detectives getting killed on their turf too, I mean. They're being the prosecutors, I assume? Scientifically speaking, it's impossible. Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says. What evidence is this? Now, Rido, I can't give away all our secrets just like that. And this in particular, well, it's a little sensitive and I can't talk about it. I wasn't expecting much anyway. You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets, can't stand them. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the chief of detectives strapped shut. Ah, he was the one you were picking on earlier. Huh? You saw that? Whoops. I wonder what it was that he wanted the chief of detective to do. Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him. Discreetly ask him? What do I present? I was wondering, can you take a look at this? Ah, sorry, Rido. I'm through with that stuff. Through, I say. Go find the guy who can't seem to sit still out there. The busy one. The guy who can't sit still? Does he mean Detective Gumshoe? Either him or the dancing blue badger. No one cares about the blue badger, Ace. I care about the blue badger. I did it even before I looked at your comment. I knew you wanted me to. I'm so upset. We'll present it to Gumshoe. He loves it. He loves it. Says the guy who never tells anything. I'm drinking water. Give me a second. Every night, I feel like my mom is like, what the fuck are you doing? Don't worry about it. Does anything matter to you? Oh shit, that's not what I wanted. Now we're just gonna move, I guess. Cause I need the evidence room, right? No, I don't. I actually need to talk to this dude again, I guess. What do you want? What do you want? Do you want anything? He is! Dude, I always associate Gumshoe with the badger. You were correct. You were correct. He is the father. He loves the badger. I love the badger. I don't think anything's important. We're just gonna keep going, because that's okay. That's not what I wanted. I'm like, I don't know where the hell Gumshoe at. Is anything important to you? No. He's like, let us see if we can ask him discreetly. Girl, what does that mean? I don't think anything is important to him, actually. The detention center? Maybe, actually. We're just gonna... Oh. I thought he did something different. I got excited. I really did. Yeah, I don't think anything is important here. Yeah, I don't think anything is important. Nah. I think we're done with this dude. Wap 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 wap. I don't know what to do now. The blue badger is still writhing around today. Let's give him the benefit of let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's dancing. I love it so much. Speaking of dancing, the whole police department has been dancing around like crazy since yesterday. Please never talk to him again. Andres is like, please spare me. Can I take out his batteries? I just can't help but feel he's going to do something naughty. Leave him alone. The detectives in there look pretty busy. Just imagine, right now, behind those doors, a police drama in action. Somehow, the thought fails to excite me. I love seeing Ace excited about the badger. It's so sweet. It's literally how I feel. Look, that patrol guy is saluting the other guy. He must be a detective. Answer me! How many fingers do you see? I'm sorry, I don't know. Well, that's 20 for the left, but nowhere near that for the right. Get glasses, officer! That wasn't a salute. It was an eye test. They make a good pair. That was so stupid. Mr. Wright, do you know why patrol cars are painted black and white? No idea. Why? Well, I think they're designed after a panda. A panda? Not that I have any scientific proof, it's just a theory. Do you mind me asking how you came up with that theory? It was when I was on a school trip. I saw a patrol car and it came to me. We had just been at the zoo, see? What about zebras? Or did they not have those at your zoo? The banner here is announcing the crime fighting campaign. Nice slogan. I wonder if they'll be selling fingerprinting sets. I don't think it's that kind of campaign. What family wouldn't want a set at home? It's good for finding out who snuck into the cookie jar. I think most families can figure that out without the extra help. What do I do? Oh shit, my bad. I always get excited when I come to the police station. Why is that? It just feels like I jumped into a movie. Huh? You know, with all the police and criminals. Well, I don't know if this is all that exciting. Sure it is! Look at those two officers over there. They're probably talking about the latest bust. Funny, I thought they were just talking about the weather. Nah, fam, they're an eye test. The usual wanted posters are hanging up there on the bulletin board. Do you know this face? If you do, dial 911! Hey, thank you so much for the contribution. Thank you, JP, for the contribution. You know, Mr. Wright, I always thought it was kind of funny. I've never seen anyone who looked like the people in these posters. They hardly even look human. She has a point. Okay, well, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. So this is the police mascot, is it? The Blue Badger! The future star of the police force! The design's a little changed from the one outside. Ah, well, the dancing Blue Badger TM is still under development, you see. You have it trademarked? Absolutely! It's cutting-edge stuff! Very now! I showed this doll here to my daughter and she burst into tears! Don't show her the moving mock-up outside, they don't give her nightmares. Yeah. TM! Yeah. Same. These are the detectives' desks. Yeah. There are computers and files in each one. Yeah. Funny, they're a lot tighter than I expect. Yeah. Blue Badger Ace Dancer! I love the Blue Badger. I guess the detectives don't spend a lot of time at their desks. Yeah. Please tell me what to do next. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, yeah. Wait. The best dancer? He's so cute. That must be one of the detectives. Yeah. He's mumbling something to himself. Yeah. I know! The killer used a cassette tape. Yeah. What a crafty trick! That gunshot was a fake. Yeah. This is good. No one will expect a cassette tape in this day and age. Yeah. He's not writing a report. He's writing a novel.
Yeah.
Fanfiction.
Yeah.
My bad.
Ba-ba-da.
Ooh, sorry you had to see that.
Yeah.
What exactly did the chief of police want you to do?
Yeah.
Well, see over there. Yeah, that's Goodman's desk.
Wait, wait.
Well, see over there. That's Goodman's desk. Yeah. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. Yeah.
Wait, wait. Woof, woof. Wait, wait. Woof, woof. Wait. Bite, bite. Wait. Woof, woof. Woof, woof. Wait.
I think that's it. Don't worry, there's only a limit of 5 per stream. 5 each. Andres sees his opportunity and he's like, I'm gonna take it. You're not sorry. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue.
Yeah.
They took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can. Yeah. Andres is trying to give you a crisis. The hardest part about whenever Andres redeems it is that I have to keep track of how many he redeems. Gotta be accurate.
Yeah, yeah.
So nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here?
Yeah.
Of course not. Yeah, well, except for this. Yeah. What? You kept something? Yeah. Sure, why not? It's not important. Yeah, he didn't even finish writing it. Yeah. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete.
Yeah.
A lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something?
Yeah.
The date on it is February 21st. Better make note of that just in case.
Yeah.
Hello? Isn't that when he died?
Yeah.
Gotta be careful not bark when you should quack. I was like,
Wait, wait.
I was like, when do I bark? When do I quack?
When do I nya? Yeah.
Half-written document dated 2/21.
Yeah.
Can only be submitted to the chief of police.
Yeah.
I should really get back to investigating the police department crime scene.
Yeah.
So that's what I needed to do. I needed to talk to him.
Oh, I figured it out. Oh. Banking. Yeah, yeah. Tick tock on the clock. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's not who I wanted to talk to.
Yeah. Wah, 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 wah.
Are you back yet? No.
Why are you not back yet? Why? Yeah. Why are you not back yet? Why? What else do I need to do? Yeah. What do I need to do? Yeah.
What the hell do I do now? Can I open this now? Wait. Nah, he doesn't care about that. What do I do?
Thank you for the nyas. It's been 5 minutes. Thank you for the nyas.
What do I do? That's so weird. No, I forgot he was there. I don't want him. Well, where should we begin?
Oh, well, isn't it obvious? We should begin with that, you know, the thing.
The mystery of the victim, I guess. How could one man, Detective Goodman, be killed in 2 places simultaneously? Try showing other people the thing you got? Okay.
Oh, well, you see.
We should go to the police department. The evidence room, was it? I'm not being very useful, am I?
No, you're being very helpful. Poor Mr. Edgeworth.
I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy, with all these rumors. You were even in the defense chair just this past December. Damn.
There was that business with him not reading the officer's report.
Ah, about the killing at the police department, right?
The chief of police was right about that. I can't help but think someone at the police department doesn't like Edgeworth.
Well, damn, I wonder who could that be?
Alright, I'm just gonna show everyone everything, I guess. I don't know.
Show them literally everything. I'm sorry, sir! I do not know what that is, sir! Just gonna... It's me, actually. Scared of knives. He's scared of knives because of his nightmare. Alright, we're just gonna do this as a formality. And then we'll continue on, because I don't know where the fuck Jake's at. Jake. Wait, he said something new!
The day that Detective Goodman's body. Wait, okay, so Mika's was like, wait, why do you have that?
It's from the day of the murder, whatever.
The day that Detective Goodman's body was found in the trunk. So, this means I'm a free man! Innocent! This is a dream, sir! Then I hope I never wake up!
If this is a dream, you'd better wake up right now. Alright, well, that was a new piece of dialogue. That didn't do anything, but that was a new piece of dialogue. I wasn't expecting that to do anything, actually. Jake. What triggers you to come out? He says the same thing about knives. Okay, not that. Alright, so he has nothing valuable to say. That's great. This is the only valuable thing. Yeah, this card was the only valuable thing. Officer Meekins, have a look at this.
Go ahead, sir! Laugh! Laugh at me, sir!
Uh-huh.
I know what you want to say! You're going to tell me how she has one just like it! Me? Why would I?
I know, sir. I know. I'm the only one without a girl with matching badges. Nowhere! I'm alone! All alone! Is that so wrong? Life isn't all about high school sweethearts and youthful romance, sir! Is he talking about those badges on her coat? I like to think there's a difference between my badge and a fashion accessory. It's okay, Phoenix. It's okay. It's okay, bud. It's alright. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Well, I never thought the day would come when Wright asked me for help. I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. Now, righto. Actually, I'm sorry. I don't need to investigate after all. Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Huh? Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50? I'd give them 50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out. It just goes to show, you never know until you ask. And for you, here, you can borrow this. Huh? Hey, this is a detective's ID card, isn't it? That's a special card for a guest, so don't lose it. Yes, sir, it's an honor. She's so cute. You just run along now and do your best now. Later, folks. Wow. It looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID. You seem happy. Yes, sir, because, sir, we are gonna go into the evidence room now, sir. I think this place is a bad influence on the girl. Hey, yo, I did it. I did it. Goodbye. Snapped away by Thanos. Goodbye. Hey, yo, can I go inside now? Let me go inside now. The evidence room is beyond that door. And we have the ID card from Chief Grant. Gant, let's just walk in. Won't open. Aha! The card reader is turned off, see? What is that security guard thinking? Howdy, partners. Well, well, what's made my bambina sky so gray? Hi. Officer Marshall! Why does it have to be him? What's that? Why does it have to be him look for? As you may have surmised, this here is my saloon. We're here to investigate the crime scene. Yeehaw! That card you got there on your chest. That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts. Yeehaw! Well, what you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. The crime scene's awaiting. Beep. Looks like that card reader's gone again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind. I got no mind to tangle with you hombres. You're busy then. Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres. I was wondering if we could talk to you. Sorry, Bambina, but I'm off to roam the lands like a tumbleweed on the wide prairie. Like a gunslinger loading his shit. Like a gunslinger loading his 6-shooter. I say a little prayer. What was that all about, Mr. Wright? I think he was just too hungry to talk. You're just saying that because his stomach was growling. You have no idea what he was talking about either. Well, in any case, we need to get cracking on this investigation pronto. Okay, he doesn't want to talk to us. Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't. I forgot, you gotta bribe him with food. You have to bribe him with food. Damn it, I pushed the wrong button. Hey, eat this. The smell. Reminds me of Texas. So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas? No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby? Yeah, Miss Star. What's this? What? What's wrong? A filet steak lunch. I see. I see. I don't see. I wonder what it means. Steak lunch given to Officer Marshall. Alright, Bambina. You win. Ask anything. Finally, it seems like he's willing to talk. Hey. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right? You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us. Ah, that poor little doggy. Poor guy, I keep getting his name wrong and calling him Meekly. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. What are your thoughts? Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this. But since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know. So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place? Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed Zippy. Note, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy. There's no need for people here anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like the steak was like, hey, give him the steak and he'll know it's serious. Something like that. You mean the security camera system? I don't take to machines much. Kinda like that stewed broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know? Miss Starr told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago. It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of the crime. That's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie fire. You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Starr, aren't you? That was my case. It's all solved on the record books. But it smells like a bad game of poker. Can't let it go. That's all here. That's all there is to it. What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened. There are some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago? The day of our case? That's right. The evidence transfers. Edgeworth was talking about the transfers too. I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here do. Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen. Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well, I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steaks. The easiest ones to understand are these here security cameras. Those are the ones that Officer Meegans mentioned. If nothing happens, tapes are automatically erased every few hours. And Detective Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on one of those tapes? I reckon they might be. You're the security guard and you reckon? One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. That's the card reader by the door. The card reader leaves a record of every ID card that passes through. So this is the ID card record. Hey, I've seen that somewhere before. Sorry, Bambina, I can't show you more than that. Huh? I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet. Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before. Maybe there's some way I can prove that record is tied to the stabbing. Sorry, but could you explain what this whole transferal thing is about? We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here until the presiding detective's supervision for 2 years. So we can re-investigate them if it turns out there's a mistake, see? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault at the county sheriff's department. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February. I see now. Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. And that happened to SL9 2 days ago. See this? This is the victim's ID card. Ah, the one that was on the ground in the parking lot. Number on this is 5842-189. Officer Marshall, show us that ID card record again. Look, the 4th number. It's a perfect match. It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing.
What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world. So, when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. But wait, what did Officer Meekins say? Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card? What did he do? That dude's number was just a bunch of sevens. I was like, man, Capcom was like 77777. What are your thoughts, Ace? That's the thing! Suddenly, he pointed a knife at me! If he had his ID card then, why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins? Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you the ID card record. ID card record, updated! IDs of all the people, blah blah. I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. Why? Okay. I'm gonna go potty, and then we can go in the evidence room. Quick time!
I don't remember what he said. I guess we're going into the evidence room now. Whoa, this looks freaky. This looks real freaky. February 23rd, evidence room, sector 3. It's quiet. The investigation must be over here. So this is the evidence room. It really is kind of like a graveyard. Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue.
Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me.
Oh, hi. Whoa! What the fuck? Did you just punch him?
Sorry, I thought you were a ghost.
I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So is it true what I heard?
Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50? I'd give them 50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's desire. Knock yourself out.
Yeah, it's true.
So, Chief of Police Gant. Will loan anyone $50? Even me?
Oh, so that's what you were talking about.
Coffee. Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today.
Just for today?
Boss for a day. Well, guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're boss for a day.
Gee, thanks.
First of all, you'll want to have this.
Evidence room floor plans. Evidence scene of the stabbing of a detective.
So, Detective Gumshoe, you're boss for the day? That's right, it's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department.
But if you're boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings?
They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial.
In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation. Again.
I'm adamant, though. I'm gonna take control and put this case to rest. In my own evidence locker, pal.
You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe?
Ha, of course. I'm a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal.
Only you can open?
I always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens.
So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee right now, right?
We're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in the court today.
I see.
I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case.
That case?
Yeah, that case! The Estel 9 incident, of course. That was the beginning and the end for Mr. Edgeworth.
Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case.
This place is more high-tech than you think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it.
Using their ID card?
Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Why, I'm on my 3rd card since entering the force already.
Yeah, I'm like, Edgeworth, what the fuck are you doing? You get caught and everything. That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand.
Right hand?
Oh, you mean your fingerprint? Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coded with a fingerprint. So the only locker we can open is our own.
Who is in your locker? Is that your locker? You have a picture in your locker? Honey, they look like normal lockers.
These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handles, see?
The handles?
On the other side of the handle is a sensor. If the wrong person touches it, zap, you get a shock. If that's what happened, my hand will be black and smoking every day. In any case, the lockers aren't that obvious. There are even some people in the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks.
I don't remember this part of the game. Evidence locker added to the court. Only assigned detectives can unlock it. Indicator lamp lights up when it's open.
I don't remember anything about this. What the hell is all this? Why is there a car door? Wow, look at all this. Look at this big pile of junk in the corner. That looks like a car door. There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame. Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist and he got away. Hey, that's one of those human profiles for range testing. He's been shot square on the forehead. Better him than us. Why is there a car door? The fuck is this? That's the door we just came in through. Looks like you don't need an ID card to get out. I wonder what would happen if Officer Marshall cut the power while we were inside. Let's hope he remembers we're in here. This place is stuffed with evidence. Stuffed with dreams. I'm not so sure about dreams. It won't open. Did you really think it would? Hey, pal, our security is high-tech around here. Oh. There's something sticking out of there. Looks like a shirt. I guess that'll be evidence for some case. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here. There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was opened recently. How do you know? If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence? Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot too. I bet he doesn't tuck his shirt. I bet he doesn't tuck in his shirt under that trench coat either. Emma's just like me and my intrusive thoughts. I love how Emma and Maya are just like both relatable. If you're gonna talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal. Damn. Insulting him in front of his own salad. Why is there a fishing pole? Some sort of bulky equipment is gathering dust here. Oh my god, it's the fishing pole and the metal detector. What a sorry looking fishing pole that is. Ah, that's my personal pole. I never did get around using it. Wait, I've seen that somewhere before. Right, pal, that's the metal detector. The one that led to the solving of that case out in Gourd Lake, remember? Oh, right. Wow, that feels like it was ages ago. And, I don't think I've seen this one before. Oh, that's a bug sweeper. I'm sure it will come in handy in solving some case sooner or later. That cheap-looking box? You can't judge a person or a machine by their cover. You gotta look at their heart. That's so funny. Where's the dog? That dog was so cute. Wait, why is there blood? Wait, this locker was literally opened. What's this? Blood? It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here. It looks like someone tried to wipe it off. Mr. Wright! What if there's other blood stains left in the room? We should use her testing fluid to check it out. We'll do that in a bit. What is the saw and paint doing here? Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression. True art? I noticed there's blue and yellow paint here. Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the blue badger? Well, you might say this is my studio. Here? In the evidence room? I love this man. Naruto! Hi! How are you? Look, this one's open, and a red indicator light above the door is lit. That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint. Detective Goodman's locker. Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that? Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it. It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere. I thought those were socks. Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces. Detective Gumshoe, perhaps? There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of hooligan. You finished your apple? Good job, Ace. I hope it was good. How am I doing? I'm doing well, Roberto. It's so good to see you in chat. I'm doing actually a lot better. I started off the stream kind of like, I wasn't sad, but I was a little bothered by something. But I'm doing great now. Thanks for asking. That's apparently from the case. The case? The SO9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of these pieces here? Another piece of SO9 evidence. I wonder what shape these pieces were before it was broke? You wanna try and put it back together? Ha! Good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. I'm eating pudding. I hope it's good pudding. What kind of pudding is it? Why, I spent good 3 hours on that before I give it up. That's why I always carry on a tube of glue. Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. Oh god, it's a puzzle. What the fuck? What? What the fuck do I— what? What kind of whack-ass puzzle is this? Why does she have everything with her? Because she's Emma! This is such a fucking weird ass puzzle. There we go. I don't remember this part at all. Oh, dude, there's a vase and there's blood on it. Nah. Oh. The controls on that seem so janky. It's kind of janky. I'm not. Oh. Alright. That's not what I thought that would do, but okay. It's a little janky. It's very unintuitive. What the fuck is this? That did not look like it would fit there. What kind of vase is this? What kind of vase is this? Huh? Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing. Yeah, I got that far too in 2 minutes myself. The problem is finishing it. Were some pieces stolen? I bet they were missing to begin with. Still, it doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar. It's a fucking weird-ass jar. I kind of understand how it got broken. Unstable jar? Jar piece back together. Unstable jar? They really called it the unstable jar. Alright, is there anything else? My mom turned on the heat. It's kind of hot now. It's a little toasty. Toasty woasty. Hey! Whoa, that's a lot of fucking blood. That's a lot of blood, damn. Oh. Oh. You know, I kinda knew that was coming, but I also didn't know that was coming. Are we not gonna talk about the blood stain that we just found? Are you not gonna talk about the blood stain you just found? You literally just found it. Oh, because I didn't spray it all the way. Why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch the spot if he fled out the door. It's just to be something significant. Hey! That's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal! What, this? It's called luminal testing fluid. Where'd you get your hands on that? Huh? I'd like to get some too! I'll just borrow 50 bucks from the chief. Where do you get this, Emma? I always buy it by mail order. Well, I better jot this down on the floor plans. Alright. Yeah, that's some phasmophobia shit. Alright, well, it's because I didn't spray it all the way, I guess. Are you not gonna zoom up on this? No? There it goes. What the fuck? That was so arbitrary. I knew it! This is someone's right finger handprint. What? What's the matter, detective? This logger! It's mine! It's yours? Please! You have to help me! When they come to take me away, promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly! You'll do that for me, won't you, pals? This is an important clue. I'll jot this down on the floor plans. I'm counting on you guys! Believe me, you can't trust the police! What? But you're a detective! What the fuck is this conversation? That was so arbitrary, but okay. This must have been one massive pool of blood. I've never seen anything like it. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, detective? Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien. This proves that something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make a note of it on the floor plan. Hey! If you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked! He's so silly. Is that it? Oh, I think that's it. I think that's it. He looks so sad. Why do you look so sad? Allow me to say one thing, speaking of the detective. If I see a piece of evidence I know nothing about, I say nothing. Nothing. That's fine. You bet it's fine, pal. I love him. You can't open the lockers if your fingerprints don't match. If you can open it, they'll give you 50 cents. Note, the police department lacks faith in its lock system. After all, Detective Goodman was stabbed here after opening his locker. But at the same time, he was found dead over at the prosecutor's office. What the hell is happening? Okay, he don't know anything about that. Alright. Could you take a look at this? This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. Ah, I heard the rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa! What is it? The second number! It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth! What? The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth! How the fuck do you know that? What? Mr. Sir fucking what? Mr. Sir what? Huh? Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth. What the fuck? Edgeworth baby. Why are you literally everywhere for no reason? 87, 30, 57, 9. He's got a big number. He's got a big boy number. Gumshoe, why do you know that? What? ID card record updated. Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? Edgeworth? Edgy boo? What are you doing? Edgy? What are you doing? Why are you so shady for no reason? Edgy? Edgeworth? Is there more blood I'm supposed to look for? Oh, here's our moment to shine. This is my crowning achievement, my masterpiece, you might say. But art is always misunderstood, pal. Art? He was dancing proudly on the day of the award ceremony. But there were a lot of people coming and going after the award ceremony, so they took the blue badger away for a while. Really? Why? Oh, they said it was shameful or something like that. Shameful! I toiled night and day! I sympathize with Detective Gumshoe, but I can see why they moved it. Oh, no! He's the best! That's the detective. That's the victim, Detective Goodman's ID card. These days, everything's cards and secret numbers. I can never relax. That's only because you always lose your card. I always forget my secret number too. Scary, huh? My face should be ID enough. What's the world coming to? Detective Gumshoe, rebel against the system. Hey, that's it. I already read that. He won a diligence award. He forgot why it was broken. Alright, I don't know what else there is. Okay, I'm gonna read this because it's important. Detective Goodman's no in that switchblade knife. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone. Because of the SL9 connection? That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, you know, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. But why would evidence from that case turn up now? I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case. That's, cryptic. Man, Edgeworth's only been around for like 2 years? That's the photo that Miss Starr took. Anything you can tell us about it? That Miss Starr is quite the lady. Why, I remember it was winter. I was 16. What? She was the only one who ever got me to talk about what happened. What? 16? That's how old I am now. I wonder what happened. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe wore a trench coat in high school too. What the fuck are you talking about? Now that was a bloody violent case. Violent. So it was a murder? A serial killing. A serial killing? Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. But the killer made a mistake, and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him. And this was 2 years ago, right? That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight. It started the rumor mill. Rumors about forged evidence? It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Huh? What do you mean? Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see? So, that switchblade knife. The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself? What? What? What do you mean when I was 16 I talked about what happened? What are you talking about? I already did that. I don't know why I did that again. No. Found in Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Edgeworth's knife, huh? Who would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Good night, Shima. Oh, I almost said good night, Shima. Good night, Abe. Thank you for stopping by. I can't believe I almost said good night, Shima. Whoa, wait, I mean, sure, of course, someone else really did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. This doesn't make any sense. I wanna move. I think we're good. Wow. Stream abruptly ends and you pass out. No, you're gonna jinx it. My bitrate is good tonight. The sheriffs back in the Wild West didn't place much faith in evidence. About the only thing they trusted was their shooting hand. This is neither Wild nor West here. Aha! But that and this are two different things entirely. I guess so? Huh? I'm lost. Don't jinx the bit rate! Looks like we need some evidence to get anywhere with this guy. Blah 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 blah. I don't even know what else to be doing right now. I'm glad we found Gumshoe. Oops. Can I go into Edgeworth's place now? No, cannot. The hell do I do now?
What evidence do you need? I'm so confused. Oh my god, you're right, because it's already 1 AM. Maybe Angel has something? Oh! Wait. So, what's it called? Edward's not back in his office yet. But we do have Angel, who I should probably... My bad. No, she doesn't look at that. I'm just sleepy. Nah. What? Sleepy. Okay. I don't. This needs like 3 days to get stream. I think it's gonna be 4 streams. Like we're probably gonna play this tomorrow, and then Sunday, because I don't think we're even gonna finish it tomorrow. It's heavy. This really is such a long ass case. So long. I don't. Edward! Edward! You're literally the only one not here. See, this is the victim's ID card. Ah, the one that was on the blah blah blah. We read this. I already read this. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. You already did that. Oh. My brain is fried. I feel like we should stop here. Yeah. I feel like we should... Oh. You sure have a lot of monitors in here. There's 8 cameras in the evidence room and all. 1 for each section. Which monitor shows the section where the crime took place? Why do cattle sit before the rain come? It's not for men to know. Unless you're the security guard responsible. You don't know shit. Hang on, I actually never looked at this. Oh. Look at this janky ass map. It's just like a puddle. A pool of blood. This cactus sure is prickly. They must be real. Best keep your distance from Billy there. You're liable to get hurt. Billy. The cactus has a name. Billy, you're wearing your cowboy hat on your hand. Ah, my rawhide cowskin 10-gallon hat. I just picked that up, but Billy took a fancy to it. Looks like it got stuck to its spine and he couldn't get it off. That's so sad. Look at this swinging door, just like a Wild West saloon. Sorry partner, but we're closed for the day. Huh? Y'all get along home now. I think Officer Marshall really wants to be a Wild West bartender. I always wanted to say that. A leather jacket, leather pants, and a leather... Those aren't pants. Those are chaps. And that's a poncho up there. Oh, a poncho! It sure looks cool, but the name is a little silly. Bro. Homie? What do I do now? What do you have a lasso? Look on the floor, it's a lasso. Looks like it's set up to trap something. I just roped me a steer with that here lasso. What?
It was a bellowing moo, pal, moo. Detective Gumshoe, I presume. Damn, they made him the cow. The evidence room is beyond that door. I turned on the card reader. Go ahead and have yourself a ball, partner. And I have an ID card. A real ID card. Let's get this investigation started already. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna save. We're gonna go to bed. I think that's a good place to save. I think that's a good place to save. Just the slander here is tragic. He gets no breaks. None at all. Alright, so we're gonna go to bed early tonight because yesterday I stayed up way too late. And that's not a pattern I want to continue with these streams. So we're gonna wrap it up here for now. There most likely will be 2 more streams. I feel like there's 2 more streams. Tomorrow for sure. I was gonna play Pikuniku. It's literally 1 Shima. Yeah, but yesterday we stayed up until 2. So I could have kept going until 2, but we're not going to. So we're choosing to end it quote unquote early. 1 a.m. is a better pattern than 2. Cause 2 a.m. is when I should be in bed. But here we are. Anyway. I was gonna play Pikuniku tomorrow, but no, we're gonna finish this. Pikuniku can wait. Cause this case needs to end. So that next week I can do stuff with the next game. So yeah. Alright. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna go to sleep. No, I'm not. I'm gonna read a book or something. But thank you for watching. There was a lot to digest for sure. And there will be more to digest tomorrow. So I'm debating whether I should. Nah. I was gonna be like, should I look up a guide? Nah, we'll stick it out tomorrow. We'll comb through a little bit better. Because I have squishy brain. So I cannot think right now. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I was like, okay, it works now. I was like, I can't hear anything? Okay, it's okay now. Yeah, I literally unplugged my mic on accident. But hi, we're here. We're back. It's okay. Everything's fine. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me on this wonderful Friday night. Yes, at least it wasn't my connection. Alright, I'll see y'all tomorrow. See y'all tomorrow with the new case. Bye bye.